Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. My name is Lay. I am a mother of two and we are a family of four on a financial journey of becoming completely debt-free, where we take you guys step by step and payment by payment along the way. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and I really hope you enjoy this content and decide to stay. And if you guys are returning, thank you guys so much for your continued support as we navigate through this journey. So in today's video, we are going to be doing our budget with me for our first paycheck of May. Sorry you guys, this whole video is going to be a lot of trial and errors. We're going to walk through it because that is real life. I am a mom of two toddlers and, you know, we are surviving, not thriving over here right now, but I'm super excited to share with you guys. So we're going to be doing our budget for our first paycheck of May. I'm using the Papers by Jessica Ann. I did a whole review on this planner if you guys are interested in it. This is a everything planner. So this is your day-to-day planner, your finance planner, and your faith planner. So it is a little bit on the thicker side, but I absolutely love it. So let me go ahead and flip through to May. If you guys had not watched our budget with me, be sure to check that out for our monthly overview. I like to do that as well, so that way when I'm doing our weekly budgets, I'm able to cross-reference everything and just making sure everything that we need to take care of, we did take care of. So the first and foremost thing that I like to do is I always like to check out our monthly budget and what we anticipated our income being. And that way, as each paycheck comes in, we go ahead and write the paycheck amount down. And so that way, at the end of the month, we can see how close or how far off we were from our anticipated income than our expected income. So the very first paycheck, we are going to be working with $683 this week. So I'm just going to write this here. And then what I always like to do is take a look at our budget. So I like to look at all of our fixed expenses or anticipated expenses for the month, our variable cash envelopes, and then our debt snowball, which is our credit card number 3, and then what we're throwing to our emergency fund. So I like to always get a rough overview, a rough estimate of what needs to be taken care of when. And so in that way, when I go into our weekly budgets, we're able to reference it. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip over to this budget. I know a lot of you guys were interested in wanting to know the date time frames when I do our budget, so I'm going to start including that in May. I didn't include it in April because when I had gotten the comment, we were already halfway through the month and I just didn't want to confuse anybody. So what I already did, as you can see, we already started spending. We had to do a pickup order for some groceries and home, but we'll go ahead and talk about that. So for the month of May, I'm wanting to do something a little bit different just to test it out. So as you guys know, my husband and I, we both get paid on a bi-weekly schedule. However, our bi-weekly schedule is the opposite of each other. So it comes out to where we get paid every week, but it's not by the same place. So what I'm thinking is I can use one of our incomes to just go ahead and put in our bill account. And then that way we don't have to worry about which bill should we take care of this week and all of that. We just know this is the amount that we need to go into our bill account, and our paychecks cover that. So go ahead and leave it in there. And then the other person's income can take care of our variable expenses, our debt snowball, and our emergency fund. So I want to test that out so I'm really only be budgeting bi-weekly. And the budget that you guys are seeing are just our variable, our sinking funds, our savings, investing, and debt. I feel like that will be a lot more funner to follow along when you're not seeing bills, because our bills don't really change. They don't really fluctuate besides our electricity bill, y'all. That bill is the lowest of the lows and the highest of the highs. That bill cannot seem to get it together. But overall, our bills are very standard. They don't switch that often. As to where our variable expenses, they switch month to month. I always like to take into account if we have any holidays, birthdays, special events, sporting events. And so those can fluctuate quite a bit. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So the budget with me's that you guys are going to see, you're going to see a total of 2 budget with me's this month. And it's just going to be for our variable expenses, our sinking funds, our debt snowball, and our emergency funds. And then what I would like to start doing and implementing is a Transfer Tuesday. I really need to find something to motivate me and hold myself accountable to doing this debt payoff. If you guys did not watch our budget with me for our monthly overview, you wouldn't know, but my husband recently suffered a work injury, and y'all, that scared me to death. Just seeing like your spouse in pain and not really being able to help with it, and then of course the financial aspect of it. So I think I really needed something to really kind of kick my butt back into gear, and I think that was it. He is doing so much better now. I know a lot of you guys have reached out to me on Instagram. He's doing so much better now, but that was definitely the thing that really kind of made me realize, okay, we have to get back into pre-lay January, that hustle and just focusing on the end goal and focusing on how to get there, while of course still enjoying life because we do have two littles. So what we're going to be focusing on this pay period is just our variable expenses. And so since we're used to doing it on a weekly basis, we are now going to be doubling the amounts to stuff on a bi-weekly basis. So our variable expenses are only going to be getting stuffed every 2 weeks. So that means I'm going to have to money manage better. And instead of going 5 to 7 days and restuffing, I'm now going to be going 10 to 14 days, which is totally fine. It's just going to help us stay accountable, and tracking is going to be our best friend. So let's go ahead, and as you guys can see, the only thing, you guys, I really dislike about this planner is how quickly the coils come apart. I'm constantly recoiling it, and I definitely feel like for a product that costs as much as it did, I shouldn't be having to do that. Like I mentioned, it is a thicker planner, so I might have to DIY a system to make this work, but it's like it's always a struggle pretty much. Okay, so for our income, like I mentioned, I'm just gonna make sure $683 is what we are working with. This is actually more than what I had anticipated. I had just anticipated $600 for this paycheck. So I am pleasantly surprised that it's a little bit more. So like I mentioned, we are going to be stuffing our cash envelopes, our variable expenses on a bi-weekly basis. If you are new to budgeting and unfamiliar with what variable expenses are, it is your, so think of your gas, groceries, eating out, family fun, clothing, anything that you spend on a monthly basis that can fluctuate. So for us, we are a cash envelope user family, which means that we use physical cash for our spending. We really like it. It helps us stay on point. It helps us stay accountable, make sure that what we're spending aligns with our goals. It is so easy to say, okay, well, I want to save, but if I'm getting Starbucks every day, or if I'm going shopping on Amazon, it's very easy to say I want something, but my actions aren't aligning with what I'm wanting. So it definitely helps. And then when you see your money kind of start to dwindle down, you really get into that needs versus wants. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to take a look at what we had budgeted for the month. So we had budgeted $300 for gas for the month. And so since this is going to be a bi-weekly budget, we are going to be doing $150 for that. We had budgeted $440 for groceries. We are a family of 4. We have my husband and myself, our 3-year-old and 1-year-old. And so I normally range between $75 to $150, just depending on what our pantry looks like, depending on if we're doing any challenges like a pantry clean out challenge, if I'm trying to try new recipes, or if I'm doing stock up. So for the month of May, we have a lot of things going on. Our daughter is in sports. We have Mother's Day. We have quite a few birthdays actually. And so I don't anticipate us spending too much on groceries itself, because we have sinking funds that we are going to be using that will kind of offset that cost. So I'm going to be budgeting $110 a week, or $220 this pay period. Our next category that we have is home. So if you guys are new to our channel, our home envelope is actually 4 categories in one. And so what I like to do is I shop for our daughter, our son, our dogs, and our house. And because there's typically 4 weeks in a month, I shop for one of those people every week, or one of those people or categories every week. That way I'm not having to do a bulk stock up, and I'm not having to wonder, do we have enough? Because I'm just shopping for that individual person or category each week. And then that way, if let's say, for example, my son only needs pull-ups, right? and I can get them on a deal, I'm also able to get him some smaller things that he may be a want but not a need because it's within that budget. I'm also a really big fan of couponing, so you guys will see a lot of that on my Instagram or on this channel. I'm a firm believer in couponing, you guys. So we had budgeted $250 and for the month, and so that means we are going to be doing $125. Eating out, like I mentioned, you guys, May. Why do I want to keep saying April? Oh, I'm so glad April is over. May, it's going to be a very busy month for us, and so we have a lot of outings, so I don't anticipate us going out to eat too much. I'm definitely doing a lot of easy meal prepping. I got these really amazing kitchen storage for the fridge. They're kind of like these little kids Lunchable containers. So I can easily make snack packs. I can easily take those with us. And so I'm hopefully eliminating those convenience things because that's normally when we go out to eat. It's just that convenience wise. So we had budgeted $100 for eating out this month, which comes out to $25 a week or $50. And that is just going to be one night of us doing pizza. So there is that. And then the last category that we have is our fun category. And we had budgeted $50 for the month, which is going to be $25 this pay period. Our family fun category, you guys, I really don't anticipate us using it. We really don't use it all that often because we like to be really intentional about what we do with our children and making sure that we're just doing more experiences than items or materialistic things. And then of course our children are in sports and activities. So this would only be like if for some weird reason, we had nothing planned for the weekend and for whatever reason we don't have any activities to do, then we would use that. But I'm pretty sure our kids have an art cabinet and they have all their things. So my goal would be not to use that and then roll it over because I do want to end up taking a vacation. I do end up wanting to take a vacation later this year. So, and of course I don't have a calculator, so we're gonna have to do the math manually. So just give me 1 second. So 150 plus 220 is going to be 370 plus 125, 594.95 plus 50, 545 plus 25, 075, 570. And I'm going to go ahead and minus that by 683. Again, you guys, if I'm off, y'all, you already know what to do. Go ahead and let me know in the comments. But I'm pretty sure we should have $113 remaining. So what's really nice about our budgets, if you guys are new to our channel, we stick to what we need in the beginning of the month. So you won't see us stuffing any of our our sinking funds or our savings challenges until the end of the month. And that is because I just like to take care of business at the beginning of the month. I don't even want to think about potentially not having enough. So that's why we always save those for the end. So because we have $113 remaining, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be a good lay in the present. So my future lay will thank me. And I'm just going to go ahead and set aside money for a bill. So I'm going to try to find a bill that is as close to 113 as possible. And I think I'm going to do the PC number 101. Perfect. So what I like to do is anytime we have a rollover amount and it has enough to cover a bill in full, I like to go ahead and put that money into our bill account. As you guys know, our bill money and our spending money is separate. I just find it so easy and simplistic to just make sure the money that's in the bill account you don't touch. It's out of sight, out of mind. And then the money in the spending account, you can do whatever you'd like to do with it. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that I put personal loan number 1. Was it number 1 or number 2? Number 2. And that's going to be for 101, which is going to leave us a remaining $12. And that $12, I will just make a small snowball payment with. I will probably actually pull out the cash and then make the snowball payment at the end of the month. So just to recap this budget, so this is our first budget of May. We are gonna be trying something differently where we are gonna be only stuffing our cash envelopes on a bi-weekly basis. And that way on the off weeks, we're just putting all of that paycheck into our bill account. That way we don't have to worry about it. And then come at the end of the month, if whatever we have remaining, we'll go ahead and stuff our savings challenges and our sinking funds. So this pay period, we are bringing in $683. For our gas, we're going to be stuffing $150. Groceries, we did go ahead and spend groceries already a little bit. We spent $27.65. So I'm just going to round up and know that I'll only be stuffing $192. Same thing with our home category. We spent $58 at a Target pickup. I had to get laundry detergent, dryer sheets, pull-ups, wipes, cleaning supplies, pretty much everything you could think I had to get. So it's kind of nice because we have a kid and then our home for these 2 weeks. So I was just able to bulk buy, but I will end up stuffing $66 for that. Eating out is going to be $50, and then family fun will be $25. Because we're left with $113 left, we're just going to go ahead and thank our future selves and pay $101 and just go ahead and transfer it over. That way later in the month, we'll just go ahead and have extra to stuff in our sinking funds and savings challenges. And then I will just pull out $12 and put in our debt payoff envelope. And then at the end of the month, we will go ahead and see how much we have left for our snowball payment. So that is going to be it for this budget with me, you guys. If you guys enjoy budgeting, cash stuffing, and planning with me, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more content. As always, if you guys are on a financial journey as well, please let me know in the comments. I love to support you and your channel. And let me know, how is your May going? How do you guys budget? Have you ever tried a system like this? I've heard great things and people really enjoy when there are two incomes and they just have one that gets set aside to bills and one to live off of. So hopefully it works out for us, and I will keep you guys updated. And I'm super excited to start doing Transfer Tuesdays and just show you guys our financial journey and showing that it is possible to become debt-free in 2023 and still enjoy and live life along the way. So that will be it for this video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.